one of my best. I assume all of you have been to Jerusalem, more or less have an idea what's going on here. So I had someone coming up here who's running to be the President of the United States of America. I said, you have him for 15 minutes. What do you do with someone like that? First of all, you don't talk politics.
I was going to say slam.
You don't talk religion. You don't talk anything personal. So what do you do with a guy? You don't talk to him at all usually. They can just take a picture with him. No, what do? You have him up here. You want to get someone's attention? Listen, you tell them a story. You want to get someone's attention? You want to hear a great story? Most people are like, yeah, tell me a story. You know why? Because they want to tell the story to someone else. You want to have a good story. Why? So I remember the Cat in the Hat from 55 years ago. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. But the stories you remember. So I said, sir, I want to tell you a story. I take many people up here. I'll tell you one of my best. Got his attention. Say, I got a call from the 4th floor. I met you guys. There's someone who wants to come up to the roof. So I went down to the 4th floor. There's an elderly man there with sunglasses and an aide next to him. I go over and I said, sir, you want to see the roof? I said, the view. I said, I heard you have a nice view. I said, it's okay. He said, how much does it cost? 10 shekels. Puts hands in his pocket and he holds out a coin, but he didn't hold it out directly at me, a little bit askew. I move a little bit, the guy's not following me, the guy's blind. I said, sir, we have an elevator. He said, I'll never forget this, I'm not handicapped, I'm blind. Don't worry about it. We'll take the steps. So we start walking up the steps, the other flight of steps. On the way up, I'm looking out, this is my anniversary, this is my birthday. They're all gonna be waiting on the roof, surprise. I come up, there's no one here. I'm taking the guy on a tour and he's blind. So I stop in the middle of the roof on the other side because he can't see. And I say, in front of you is the Temple Mount. Millions of people for thousands of years, this is what they wanted to see. I said, I can't say see. This is where they want it to be. You see the Western Wall. You see the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Mount of Olives. Biblical burial site from biblical times till today. You look over far and you see Jordan. I said, stop saying look, you can't see. You see Jordan, the city of David. After like 45 seconds, I'm taking this man on a virtual tour. He says, excuse me, young man, can you take me to the edge? You know, when you lose one of your senses, the other ones become more acute. He sensed he wasn't at the edge of the roof. So I walked him to the edge, and there's a glass pane just like this down at the bottom. I walk him over, he grabs onto the glass pane, and I've been guiding for 35 years. Sometimes the best that you can say is nothing. And if you go into business, you're going to realize that also. Sometimes silence is golden. He grabs onto the glass pane, he looks out in this direction. I happen to look behind his glasses to see what's going on there. No eyes, he's never seen anything in his life. Doesn't know what anything looks like. Holding onto the pane, looking in this direction, I'm standing next to him, his aide standing behind him, and after a while he starts to tremble. And I said, God, if he's supposed to go, this is the place to go. You go right to heaven from here. It's a local call. It's straight up. It's right to Mount of Olives, waiting for you. And then he stops trembling, and it's total quiet, and then he says, I feel something very special. That's the view I wanted to see. You can take me down, thank you very much. I felt around this big. He couldn't say anything, he wanted to feel something. And once he felt it, he said, that's what I got. I got the feeling, I can go now. I looked at this man, I said, sir, you want to be President of the United States of America? He says, yeah, you going to vote for me? He found out I was American. I said, it's a little early yet. We'll have to wait and see. He said, okay. I said, sir, you have plans for the Middle East, to bring peace to the Middle East? He said, yeah, we've sat down with my aides, my advisors, and hopefully we'll push it through. I'll never forget the word push it through. I said, sir, that's good. You have plans to bring peace to Jerusalem? He said, that would be my dream, to bring peace to this city. I looked at him, I said, sir, if you don't know what the blind man saw, you have no idea what's going on over here. And he dropped, just like, it's what you feel.
Parce que c'est un
from a market to ruins.
Age, no. I think there were more 2 years ago. I haven't been there.
That's insane.
Moisture. Some of that.
Talking about the destruction of the first temple. And what happened after the destruction of the first temple?
Built the theater here when? 1,700 years ago. This area has not been seen by human eye for 1,700 years, up until about 3 years ago. And not only that, this odium was part of that Aeola Capitolina, that city I mentioned earlier, the city that was part of a pagan city to thank those gods for giving them the victory. The goal of this odium was, up in each one of these holes was another idol, another whatever god of theirs, and they would pray to it. Or they would service it, whatever they did. And they would come over here, and the goal was, this was an area of prayer of some sort. It was some sort of, it was a theater basically. Let's do these things. We believe it was never used because there was a rebellion that happened right at the end of this time period, and therefore we see in certain spots it was never finished. So we believe it was never actually fully used, but we believe the intentions were, the historians believe the intentions were here to celebrate the destruction of the temple and the Jerusalem. Okay? Don't worry, we're just people above us dragging things. We're in the men's prayer area, just underground. Okay? What happens is there is a okay, got a little nervous. That usually throws me out. Okay, what happens is that they come here, and for me, when I first thought about this place, it like bothered me because this is basically a place celebrating my defeat, my being exiled from my cabin city, and I never liked it. And then it occurred to me, like I said before, I'm here now. The Romans aren't. This is the celebration of my victory. My victory that has been very complicated and has ups and downs. And we were exiled from Jerusalem many times, but we're still here. We come back to find this ancient odium, to find ancient Roman heritage, Roman history, that was really, they thought we're celebrating our destruction, but we didn't. We're bad. To me, it's very, very powerful.
We're not leaps of faith in Judaism. Blind faith is not a Jewish idea. That's a term that was coined by Kierkegaard, the philosopher. There is an idea of faith in Judaism. What's the word for faith in Judaism? Emunah. Emunah. Take a nation, any nation, throw them out of their land and scatter them a few here and a few there. What's going to happen, guys?
Assimilation.
They're going to assimilate. So first of all, number 2 totally contradicts number 1. That makes no sense. Like, what is the author doing? And not only that, I said everything in Jewish history is unusual or unique. Exile is not unique, but it's unusual. All those list of nations we saw and many others, they were not exiled. They stayed in their own countries, but other people came and conquered them, and eventually they just lost their own identity and merged into the dominant culture that conquered them and lived after them. How much more so if you're exiled and dispersed? In the ancient world, certain civilizations and empires like the Babylonians and the Assyrians especially would exile people who were really badly behaved as a way of pacifying them, but it was unusual. In the modern world, no one does this stuff anymore. So it's unusual in general. What's unique to us, guys, is we're the only nation to be exiled, come back, be exiled again, and come back. Multiple exiles and dispersion is unique to the Jewish people. It totally contradicts idea number 1, but it's exactly what's predicted. We'd expect to see assimilation, yet we're told we're going to be the eternal nation. Now, if you jump into the text of the Bible, here we go again. We'll see where it is predicted. Leviticus 26, and you I will scatter among the nations at the point of my drawn sword, leaving your country desolate and your cities in ruins. Nice cheerful prophecy. Or go to Leviticus 4:26, and I appoint heaven and earth as witness for you today that you will be cut off quickly from the land you are crossing the Jordan to acquire. You shall not remain there long, for you shall be wiped out. God shall then scatter you among the people, and you shall be left few in number among the nations where God will lead you. So exile and dispersion are predicted, guys. And that's exactly what happened. What's the reality of Jewish history? Again, to predict things that didn't happen, not so impressive. Jews, Coca-Cola, and McDonald's. Some places have Jews, Burger King, and Pepsi, but everyone's got Jews. But guys, to be a nation without a national homeland for thousands of years is a unique event in human history.
Hey buddy. Good morning. Good morning. Who is a happy camel?
Hey, Jasmine!
Fat camel.
throw your feet up.